Are you ready?
I was born ready, as I used to say.
Are you ready, Freddie? Okay, once again, you're running the bus. I am, just for the record, Mr. Wonderful here. My daughter gave me a very nice Asus touchscreen laptop that she was downsizing, and she went to wipe the information off of it, and this used to have Windows 7. It was like one of the last. I think this thing dates to 2014.
Don't recall.
And long story short, it was stuck in a perpetual loop. So he basically
I unstuck it.
he unstuck it,
And
and
put Linux on it. What every good old laptop owned.
I don't know what this would probably have been garbage
Yeah, it was e-waste.
if it didn't have a disk or a DVD drive. Because BIOS wouldn't let him BIOS wouldn't look at the USB drive, so he couldn't put it Mint on a thumb drive.
It might have let us boot from my external DVD drive plugged into a USB port, but I wouldn't guarantee it.
Well, either way, thankfully it's old school enough.
I still had a DVD burner, so I was able to put Linux on that.
I'm just shocked that it's an actual touch screen. So right now it's running Mint. It's running like Mint. You remember me bitching about that stupid Toshiba that I got a good deal on free, and we hot rodded that out. We maxed everything that you could max out on it, and I still couldn't even use it to watch the chat room for Locked and Loaded. This thing's already doing very well, and hopefully, if the shit don't show up tomorrow and the shit shows up on Monday, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, but this has a 1 terabit SATA drive, spinny 2.5, and it has an extra bay. So he ordered a solid state drive and a battery for this, and so the 1 terabit is going to be used as a backup. I can put brew girls on it. I can do whatever, and
Actually, back up your spinning or your SSD to it too, which is always a wise thing.
yeah, we'll have to talk on how to do that.
I can show you how that's done.
Like for instance, my computer at home. If you open it up, people are like, "Holy shit!" I think there's 7 drives in it. 2 of them I don't see, but everything that happens to the C drive and the other 2 all get backed up. So Dan's like, in the event that if you think you're dead, you're not.
Right.
He goes, if a worst case scenario is I can recover all your data, all your pictures, anything that you want is all being duplicated. So I remember, the thing that looks like it's in a big ammo can, that case that mine is. Then you open it up and go, holy Christ.
Probably set up a redundant array of internal disks. I think that's what RAID stands for, something like that.
So the only thing that I would characterize this, and now actually now that it's booted a bunch of times from the time, the only thing that kind of sucks is I think the battery plays a big role in all this, because if I tell it to shut down, it shuts down just fine. And then if you want to fire it back up, you have to press the button. But if you unplug it, as soon as you plug it in, it automatically boots itself up.
It's probably a BIOS option that we can change if you want.
I do know how to get to that, so I am capable of screwing up a computer. It's like, you better know what you're doing before you start flipping switches in there, pal.
Yes.
Hey, pal, welcome to the party. J-Dog is first, saying first. And then he says, here at work. Okay, so how are you torturing me tonight?
Well, I think we should start with the most expensive one. Yeah. Bourbon County Chocolate Praline Stout. Since we just had a good dinner, we need a good dessert.
So is it possible that if we were to drink all 6 of these beers, we
3
are,
beers.
well, yesterday's, those 3 yesterday?
Yeah.
And these 3? We're into a good high-end person's daily salary.
Probably not that bad, but
I know some of these are,
we spent more than John would have.
well, shit. Here's John. Hey, I made a mixed drink for you. I stirred that water when I was walking over here.
I'm smelling it already. Smells good. I'll let you pour.
Okay.
Since it's your review show.
Well, they're your beers. Ooh. Oh, this stuff is just so dark.
This one's actually got some head.
Bad. Take a look at Rich's head. I'm just going to assume. Pour hard right down the center.
Might as well. This one looks like it's lively enough to handle it.
Oh, I forgot to look at the. Well, first, just for Cobra, we better check the viscosity.
Pretty sure it's 14%.
Chocolate Praline Stout, 2025. So this is actually one of the newest ones of all the beers that we've reviewed. And this one, why do they do that? It's almost like Sanskrit. 14.5. These are kind of like boring bottles, though. If you turn it to where it actually says anything, it's actually just glass. So, a little flipper. That's the only part of it. Are you getting ready to log
Of course.
your intentions? And we don't have to race straight through it, but I think a proper start is just a wee nip of the Lafroig, my friend.
Twist my arm. That's enough. I mean, that's enough twisting.
I don't want to go crazy with. So far, I can say that I was not overserved last night. On the other hand, I was trying to get brave on here, and woke up with a face plant and a pillow. So
I can believe that. I heard you sawing logs up there last night.
let's see. Poco says, "Sup, fellas? Sup, Poco?" Let's see. Rich Huff says, "Cheers all." Amanda says to Rich, "Rich, good to see you. Sure hope you and the family are doing well."
We are. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate the thought.
Sediment?
Sentiment. Yeah.
It's not sediment.
Sentiment.
Sedum. Yeah, that thing. It's a fine line between giving a shit about someone's family and debris in your underwear. Okay.
And since I have a niece named Amanda, the name is familiar, and
Is she a nut job too?
she's unique.
It seems like everybody I know that has the name Amanda has, but they are adorable.
She went with me and my brothers to scatter my parents' ashes on the old family farm in Tennessee. So, anybody that would go along on a task like that, and want to be there for the event is a little unique.
Well,
Cheers.
as you probably know by hanging around with me, I am a big fan of Unique. I just simply string lights across it and energize that. Cheers. Oh, I should have. It has a very typical bourbon, all the Bourbon County stuff. I think I made this comment already. I could probably smell or taste one blindfolded and know that it came from this family. And the first thing I'm really getting is the notes of the bourbon.
There's the chocolate's there on the taste, not so much on the nose.
Not on the nose.
I don't know about the praline. It's plenty sweet. Maybe that's the praline. Caramel and pecans.
It's almost like I can close my eyes and imagine a chocolate ribbon draping across my tongue. Wow, there's the chocolate. It's not baker's chocolate. It is definitely a sweet, dark chocolate taste. Praline, the only reason that I'll say yes to am I getting praline is because don't think about baseball. What are you thinking about? Nothing. He's ignoring me because he's putting his information in on this. How many reviews have you done on there?
Beers?
Yeah.
Quite a few. I'll tell you in a minute. As soon as I post this one.
Let me look up exactly how many quite a few is. Smile Money says, too late to post for me. See you in the morning. That it was a late one. Cheapo Gun Guy says it's morning. Mega and MAGA.
They got me 2 badges.
Cheapo Gun Guy. Maybe the world is another planet's hell. Do you have like a notepad and you're in the bathroom in the morning having the morning ritual and this kind of stuff just comes to mind? That is good though. Cheer.
I have checked in 3,751 beers. 2,193 of them were unique.
Wow. Well, like I told you the other night, if I would have honestly done that, I know at this moment in time that there would have been, well, what does this channel by itself have? Like 1,400 reviews? No, that's subscribers.
I think you weren't you approaching 2,000 beers when they took the
2,200 or 2,200 and something videos. So yeah, let's just say for the sake of argument, 2,200 reviews on this channel alone. Then whatever Captain Dick Nozzle has, and then whatever Captain Dick Nozzle's the Intergalactic Misfits backup has. So it would.
And I've done a fair handful of reviews with you. So.
And how many times have I? If this is true, and how many times have I? See, another thing that's nice about having that database is all your stuff is in one place. Because I know for a fact, because we think alike, you have to be standing at the liquor store going, have I reviewed that? And then you can
You'd be amazed at how often I know I've had certain beers before.
Well, it
After
messes.
that many unique ones, I still pretty much know when I look at one if I've had it or not.
Oh, what messes my mind is there's certain ones that are seasonal, and like Bell's Hop Slam.
Yeah.
That container, that packaging that they used, is the same one that you'll see that I've seen 10 years later. But now some seasonals, they mix it up and they change that thing every year. So it's in my brain. It makes because I know I've reviewed stuff that I've reviewed before, but I made the joke when they took this channel away, 2,200 beers.
Yeah.
Now he can start all over, and there's no proof that I've reviewed this before. And then, like, just as a cruel joke on that, here it's back. But I definitely can't complain.
Except for the ones that they removed.
Daily. Two more last night. McLean, I like to call Mr. Huff the Hammer. No explanation, but then he says 13 minutes and 17 seconds. Take it away, Rich. But when I left,
I didn't say much, but I mostly waited.
I think because I walked away, you were supposed to hijack the channel and make it something that I can't make it, like good.
I could have given a dissertation on how to install Linux.
Some of the stuff that we've had chats on, instead of someone saying, "Oh, here we go, 10 minutes of a freeze dryer," but John did have a lot of. I have to admit, I want one of those. But if you have that kind of investment, you actually need to use it. And he's pissed off because he made sure that Christine could get a really nice vacuum sealer, and I'm the one that uses it. And he's like, well, what was the last thing you sealed in it? 45 ACP rounds? He goes, that is not the intention that I got that. Made sure you guys could get that.
You'll find quite a few steaks in our freezer that are vacuum sealed. I buy them when they go on sale. When I get some that are particularly good.
Well, only to add fuel to his fire. The last time we really used the vacuum sealer for food, that chicken is still in the freezer and probably long gone to frostbite.
You may not be using a thick enough vacuum sealer bag then.
Well, I guess when you're looking at the cheapest ones, you need to do like you say, make sure you read the comments. McLean, drink or don't, but the funny man must dance. Jesus Christ. McLean, it's called tough love, Eric. Get used to it. McLean, Eric, you and I could meet if you would drop the restraining order. Ah, shit. That is true.
I won't judge.
I mean, it gets kind of like I kept telling John. I said I'm just gonna come in your bedroom at like 2:00 in the morning and stand over the bed like this.
As long as you don't have a fit of narcolepsy and start snoring.
Wake up wake up dead. McLean, Eric's on the world tour, shaking all he's got for all his fans. There's a word for this. There's a word for this. What's the word? The word is the bird. Amanda, I don't drink, but damn, that beer sounds good. The cherry one.
It's quite the dessert beer.
Smile when he says 14%. That is up there in wine territory.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
If she doesn't drink, and she's not a big girl, I would say it would be a fun date.
It would probably hit her hard.
You know, that's where you wake up sticky, broken, confused. John, everything but the oink in that scrapple. Good stuff.
I think it may have had a little bit of the oink in there too. I'm not sure. But it was tasty.
Smile when he says, now, if it would have been supplied some Amish head cheese, Eric would really have experienced waste not, want not.
I'm sure we can get some of that locally too.
I have been told what that is, but now I can't remember, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to remember.
I don't think I've ever had it, so it wasn't high on my list.
Isn't that one of those things that
Since it's head cheese, it may have brain in it, which is not one of the things that I go out of my way to get.
oh, you mean you don't want to do like one of the faces of death was the scene where they were eating the brains out of a live monkey?
No. No, thank you.
The monkeys were restrained, and then you actually, no.
No.
I'm willing to try a lot of things, but if a monkey shows up in the mail, no. Smile Money, about the trip down to Pete's home, he told me to try to take a route so you couldn't find your way back. Cobra says, Pete is wise. Smile Money, your city makes that totally possible without even having to take some extra turns to confuse me. I don't think I could have I would have had to use the GPS just to go down to the corner store and come back to your guys' places. Holy shit. And this whole everything is one way.
Yeah, I think having a GPS is a prerequisite for visiting there, Philadelphia.
Spam Money says, Scrapple, good you could all experience another one of Philly's food originals. Rich, you cooked it just right.
I think it came out good.
I forgot to send Pete a picture of it until just before we had dinner.
And I think my wife could have even handled the smell of it cooking because it just smelled like fair food to me.
And you say, what's fair food? Go to the fair. Everything on a stick. I'm sure you could
Right.
probably get Scrapple fried on a stick.
Probably in Pennsylvania.
Smile Money says, Rich proved gifts that he knew he would appreciate. I provide items that would entertain me. Well, I guess the Scrapple kind of did both. Salty, I'm not going to continue knocking that old door that doesn't open for me. I'm going to create my own naked door and walk through it. Ava Dumaney?
Your print's too small again. I can't read it from here. You don't have to enlarge it just for my benefit, though.
Well, now that you're pointing it out, I was actually going to do this before we...
Probably help you read it, too.
Here, we'll try... we'll go to 140%. Ava Duvneri?
Duvaney?
Dubaney? I don't know who that is,
I don't either.
but she's naked.
It's always a good thing.
Maybe.
Well, almost always.
We don't know what Ava looks like. Multi-Gunman, these are sub-comments. I may be into nakedness if I was up on it, but I'm not up on nakedness, so I'm not into it. What I'm into, I'm up on. Brent Butt. Salty says back to him, Manit Naked Butt? Manrit Naked Butt? There's too much butts going on right now. Swami, I uploaded the intro for the Philly area review on my channel. If anyone needs evidence to the debauchery, laugh out loud. Yeah, I realized that I had previously watched that.
It's good, but I'm not sure I'd go out of my way to get it again. See what they bring out next year.
Yep, all the ones that we've had from them, this would be one that if I won a Goose Island care package and this was the most of in it, I would know why. Because they didn't sell very many of them. Oops. Okay. Tom Scotch. How can you beat Lagaloo in 16? You cannot, he says.
It's good. I like
Well, we started with the Lafroig, so
it. Cheers.
a little after dinner. Cheers.
It's got legs.
She's got legs. She knows how to use them. I like that subtle sweetness that it has.
Yeah, visiting the Isle of Islay is definitely on my bucket list.
Dying there is on mine.
Well, I suppose if I were cremated, I could probably fit in my 1 square foot.
Yeah. I could just peel it back, pour it in, put it back, and they'd probably resell that spot. Tom said, I would like to try Lafroig sometime. Well, I tell you, if you've had this, unless you've had it like me right now, being able to have it, but I didn't have to buy the bottle, then you I guess have an excuse. But most of the offerings from Lafroig are not bad in price at all. I think $75 is the most I've ever paid for anything from them.
They have a few high-end ones that are rare that can cost more. But yeah, they range from very reasonable to, painful but doable.
There was quite a few years that if you went down to the man cave area, there was always Lafroig 10. Always. But I mean, and it's sadly, it's not all that long ago that it was a $30 bottle.
Yeah.
Ardbeg does have an offering. What was it? It's the one that Matt always gets, and that one is usually in the $40 range, and it's not as refined as say the next bottle up, but if you want that heavy peatiness, it was hard to beat the price. We heavier, I don't remember what it was. My niece is sensitive. Tom says, I can't believe you drink all that good scotch and only remark about the beer. What a matter you? Okay, I can address the elephant in the room. This this is the cheapest one, the Craig House that I got from Smile Money. I After having it, I would never buy it again. But for a well, let me rephrase. If all I had was $40, I now know that this is a very decent and peated, it's a real Isla Scotch.
Yeah, it's quite acceptable.
Yeah, I mean I'm just saying, of course, if I am to meet my goals, I am not going to be purchasing anything moving forward other than stuff that I review. And like I told him, like I said, I can look a good friend in the eye and say, when I say for the most part, I'm going to stop drinking, when I review something, I'm not going to buy 18 of them and review them all on camera. So I can say, I only drink what I review. The sad thing is if I do a brew review every day or even bounce it back to every other day and only have one beer, doesn't that still qualify as a problem drinker for Alcoholics Anonymous or an AA? Because I've seen stuff like if you have more than 2 drinks a month, you could have a problem. I'm like, who comes up with this bullshit? EMT, about the blisters. The lube is not that kind of lube. Cobra says $10. Cobra says, such a relaxing vid. Smile Money says, nice, and Rich injects some class. Hopefully he will show us something on the piano before Eric leaves.
I don't plan on drinking that much. I'm out of practice. It's been a while since I've tickled the ivories.
Now, last time I was on the first part of the trip, you opened her up and tickled a few keys, and for being out of practice, it still sounded like it was something versus letting the cat roam across the keys. And Cobra says, Smile Money, gotta tickle Eric's ivory. I don't think so. Okay. Cobra says, there are a lot of NA beers you could review. Give your liver a break. Many can be ordered via Amazon. Just remember, shotgunning them does nothing but add calories to your diet.
Most of the NA beers are pretty low calorie too compared to normal beer.
This is true. Smile Money says, what low-calorie foods can Eric cook in that new smoker? Then again, if he just does one beer and shotguns, he will also not get exercise doing long videos. Like the smoker would come in handy for the carnivore diet.
It would.
Smile Money, two Smile Money Cobra says, I'm sure the grill will get heavy dose of steak and lobster, or it may get stored next to the generator. That's a good point.
Are you going to be able to get it into your garage storage, or is it going to have to be outside storage?
That was about to say it's an expensive. It's like an $800 smoker with electronics and stuff. I don't think it'd be good just to leave that thing outside forever. Not to mention if you actually have the wood pellets in it. John will tell you that a wood pellet that it's impossible. If he got the best deal you could possibly get, he could not order, say, a lifetime supply of pellets. He orders exactly what he thinks he needs to run out, because a bag of pellets degrades and is useless by next season.
It would absorb moisture and not be good.
Smart Money says, Cobra, the barbecue king Matt will not allow it to be idle. So much meat that needs to see fire and smoke. Give it to Matt under the pretext that I always have access to it. That means me and Matt would have to move in together. Smile Money from Cobra. Matt does like to barbecue. Actually, what time is it? No, it's a little late for that. I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if Matt's standing in front of a barbecue as we speak.
There's an hour time difference between here and your home.
Yeah, so it's like 7.
Yes.
7:49. Still kind of late though, because he's actually a day worker now. So he would actually, I guess if he cooked and had a few beers in the garage, it could actually be happening right now. Cobra, what's up with this crooked camera view?
I think we tried to mostly correct it today.
Yeah. Well, because it was sitting over there, it leveled us out. But I'm surprised John didn't have a fit about that.
I'm sure he did. He's being a gentleman.
Smile Money says $25 a beer. Eric will realize that would be more like 30 Pabst Blue Ribbons, not including the money you would get back for recycling all 30 cans. Surprisingly, Mr. Solar does not recycle cans or glass.
I'm surprised.
You don't have time for that shit. Yeah, especially when me and NIHAP are over. You'd think that, it's what, 5 cents? Is it 5 cents for glass? Probably less for a can. Oh. Smile Money says, Rich, I purchased a plot of land in Scotland. Oops. So I was granted a title, Lord Smile Money. I have a certificate to prove it hanging in my man cave, laugh out loud.
I suppose I could get a title too, but I don't know that I'm going to bother.
Multi-gunman, you aren't leaving the dinner table until you've finished your liquid lunches. You don't waste alcohol around here, mister, especially whiskey. I can, however, make an exception for beer.
It would be hard, I think, for you to crawl up the stairs to bed if we finished off all 3 bottles of scotch.
Yeah, it'd be much better if that scenario was going to a basement bedroom.
Well, there's always the couch over there.
I don't know how many comments are left. There can't be nearly as much as the one for the Pete video, so I say I'm going to finish this, and then you can
pick the next one.
Pick the next one. And then I am going to have to insist on making sure that the Lagavulin was properly stowed away last night.
Okay.
And if this is possibly the last shot of this I'm going to have, you are going to have more than you had of the Lafroig.
Big tin. What was it? The Wee Beastie?
Yes, that's their most reasonably priced.
It's currently running $50 a bottle here in Ohio.
It's it if Lafroig 10 is the Lafroig version of the more expensive bottle, the Wee Beastie is their version. It's everything that you would get in, say, the Ardbeg. I can't remember the one that I used to get the most, but it seemed like a little less refined version of the more expensive bottle. I mean, when you step from Wee Beastie to the next one up, you are more than doubling what you spent on a bottle.
Yeah, we're doing this one next.
God, it's just
After enjoying a little bit of this.
So Tom, this is in my because I am a lover of the heavily peated scotches. This one is awesome. On a scale of, say, 1 to 10 of all the scotches I've had, I would say this one is right up there in a 9. Maybe something like, why would I give, say, an Octomore a perfect 10? This would be something that I would want to have if I just wanted to be able to go and pour myself a glass to have with a nice meal or watching a movie. The Octomore, honestly, is the kind of thing that I would share if he was in town or something like that. It is just ridiculous. Everybody says the same thing. It just feels like little fingers go, and it's like that Scotch shiver. It's just such a punch. So if there was a category under a daily drinker, this one would be high up on that list.
Lafroig is, if you like peated scotches, it's a good solid scotch.
Now this is not peated, but
It is an Islay single malt. Okay. That's why it tasted like a single malt. Because it is.
so it's kind of like imagine this one not smoked. If these are smoked, they're not smoked very much.
I think I pick up a little bit of the peaty smokiness even in the Lagavulin, but it's
Now,
much more subdued.
if I were to recant what I originally said, a little bit, but when you have something like the Lafroig, or say an Ardbeg, or especially an Octomore, this is almost like non-existent for that peatiness. But they put just enough in there.
I don't think they want to distract from the single malt character, so they subdue it a little bit. It is very good.
If I was so once again, Tom, on the Scotch, for me, every Lagavulin that I have had is either a 9, 9.5, or a 10. And the 16 I would classify as a 10. And the rum cast one that I had, that would also be a 10. But now they're
Maybe
different.
even an 11.
Yeah, that might even be 11 for me. And price wise, that was an $89 bottle in New York.
This one was 94 here in Ohio.
I'm telling you, for what you get.
That's much more affordable than what your
Johnny Walker Blue.
the Johnny Walker Blue or your other scotches.
Did you ever finish your Johnny Walker Blue?
Oh yeah. Sadly,
That's probably a 12 on my scale of 1 to 10 and that's a non-peated. That's
I
just,
learned about it many, many years ago and thought it was ridiculously expensive then. And it was my retirement gift to myself. And I don't regret it a bit. And I was happy to come share it with you, but not share it enough to leave it with you.
I've had it on 2 occasions. Jeremy and Caitlin got Christine a bottle of it. I think we might have broken into it a couple times, but it's still sitting there. There's this much left in it, and it has a black Sharpie mark. But I suppose with a Sharpie or some acetone, I could move the Sharpie. See, it's right on the
Because
Sharpie.
it would be blasphemy to water it down to keep it at the level.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. As a kid, I could do that to vodka in my mom's liquor cabinet, but I couldn't possibly do that to such an incredible scotch. Boy Scout. We don't want to just jump straight into the loser bracelet opening system that I have. Oh, I do also have a knife on me. I could do the whole.
I have a bunch of openers in my drawer in there in my study, but I keep forgetting to bring them over here with me.
This is. Oh, this isn't. This is not.
Let's say local. Dayton.
This. We're done with the bourbons. I forgot that you had something different. Now this is Warped Wings limited release Whiskey Rebellion, a 2025 Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels.
I really love Warped Wing. They do a great job. This one looks like oil.
11.2.
And when I post my review of this, we're very likely to get a toast back from Warped Wing on the Untapped
Really?
app. Yeah. They watch the check-ins, and when you give them
Can you leave a
a
comment?
good review, yes.
Because they're fully capable of seeing this being reviewed here.
And not near as much nose as the Bourbon County, but it's still
Yeah,
pleasant.
but I have had Imperials that I had no desire to take a swig of them because they smelled like shit. And this has a really nice, smooth. It's like a bourbon vanilla. I'm gonna wait for him to toast that or toast that in. See if you get
Check
toasted.
it in.
See if you get toasted or
It
sheared.
says this one's a Russian Imperial.
Oh,
That's what the barcode said.
the one that I've had the most is the Rasputin Russian Imperial, and that's like supposed to be the bar.
ABV matches.
We'll have to see. A Russian Imperial is not my favorite. They usually have a fairly harsh finish to them by design. So it'll be interesting to see about this. But yeah,
It'll take me a minute to get it checked in.
Warped Wing. The actual review.
I brought you some other Warped Wing beers in the
Yeah.
past. I think you enjoyed them.
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
Cheers.
I don't know if I can search. I don't think I can search myself. Oh, maybe.
Oh, that's good. Much lighter than the Bourbon County in taste, but
I have reviewed 2 things from Warped Wing on this channel. I don't know about the other two, but 10-ton oatmeal stout from Warped Wing.
Yep, that's a good one.
4 years ago, and Gamma Bomb.
It's my other favorite
IPA
Top
from
heavy.
Warped, and that was unfortunately, I don't know how long ago. Ooh, not to mention both the girls that I used in the thumbnails were solid. Like she's a personal favorite. Sorry, I digress. But yes, on this channel, I know those were probably from you. Because if you are like, oh yeah, those are both good, then those both came from you. Okay, Hempseed Addict says, "Wee!" I can just feel the happiness. Okay, cheers.
Cheers. And I got another badge.
It is to my palate the stereotypical Russian Imperial Stout. It carries with it a more dry and an edgy finish. Like Russian, I guess, is just picks. It's got a bolder kind of. It doesn't end on like one of the last ones. They kind of end on more of a milky, smooth finish. Where if you're sticking to a true Russian Imperial Stout, it is more of a dry, bitter finish than a typical Imperial. So Warped Wing, sticking to the book, have created a Russian Imperial Stout. Like almost a chocolatey bourbon.
More chocolatey than coffee.
And it leaves a nice presence afterwards. Okay. The last comment 50 minutes ago, plus whatever you guys say, Mike says, "Cheers, boys. Great to see Rich." Yep, drove right on past Mike's house. Just kidding. Mike is, what do we figure? Mike is like 5.5 hours south.
Yeah, it's kind of southwest of here. Over in southern Indiana.
Okay. I guess I'll go to the club, but don't necessarily have to rush to get out of here. We don't have to rush to get out of here.
We got one more beer to drink too.
Oh, club beer.
And tomorrow, if we have a review, we're into the Strohs. Walk back memory lane.
Strohs. A bloody beer review with Strohs. Well, first you'd have to, just for the giggles of it, do a proper brew review of just Strohs. Because it really doesn't get much better than Strohs.
I think Coors is better. I'm sorry, but
Yeah. I think Pabst is better.
Pabst is a good solid beer.
Okay. So either this popped up here or I walked right past Mile Money's comment because it's 2 hours ago. And I know that I'm going off of his comment that we're probably somewhere around the hour mark right now. Smile Money says, Eric wants a laser enough to destroy the Earth from the moon. Marvin the Martian has a plan. Well, no, I'm just being honest when I say if I'm going to someday have a laser engraver, it might also be capable of doing all the substance, all the materials that I've ever talked about wanting to engrave. Pete's is a low wattage, so it does plastic and wood, but
which
it's
is also safer than
yeah,
a high wattage laser.
it's his is not capable of doing, putting anything on a slide or something like that.
One of the places I worked at in my youth had used CO2 lasers to cut windings apart for distributor coils. And there's a big burn mark on one of the walls where the laser beam got accidentally reflected away from the arbor of coils.
Oh,
So, yeah, heavy duty lasers are not to be messed with.
so did that use that for cooling purposes? The gas?
No, CO2 is what actually lasers.
Oh,
It's got a energy transition band that is appropriate for doing the lasing action for
so
stimulating emission.
so it's creating a curtain
It's
the laser is.
converting the electricity they put into it into very coherent infrared laser light, which is very good for burning things, including people if they get in the way.
I guess if a reflection burnt the wall,
It did
it would probably cut through skin.
easily.
Yikes. First in the club is Rich.
Imagine that.
This is weird. Saying cheers, Clevers. Smile money. So yeah, the difference between when we started this and then the first person got notified to Smile Money 27 minutes ago says cheers, Clevers.
Or maybe, life got in the way and it just took him that long to respond. That's why I'm sometimes late or not even participating in the responses. I do let life get in the way sometimes.
And I always say that's a good thing. If you're not here, it means you probably have a life.
I'm not sure I'd want to daily drink this, but it's a good beer.
It hides it hides its alcohol very well.
Mm-hmm.
It's not boozy. It doesn't have a burning, but see, this is why I almost always have to put that caveat on it. I give it a scale of 1 to 10. I do not like green eggs and ham, Sam I am. I do not like Russian Imperial Stouts. I don't, it's not that I won't drink them. It's just that I know what every one of them is going to be. And I think for me, one of the very first ones that I ever had was actually sent to me by Salty Shellback, and that was the Rasputin.
I think I've had Rasputin. It doesn't show up around here very often, but
I could go to, before I left 7 weeks ago, I could have gone to Keyport, and I think they had like 8 bottles of it. And they're individuals, and I want to say it was like $25. John's going, are you out here? In the time that I was at John's, they sold one of those Utopias.
really,
Because there was 2 on the shelf. And
I didn't order it, so it wasn't me.
the last time we were there was only 1. And John was like shocked. What do you mean there's only 1? What happened to the other one? Well, the hell I'm guessing that they sold it. I mean,
Somebody stole it.
the only other option is someone stole it. Yeah.
Now, if I'm going to spend that much money on one bottle, I think I'd rather get another bottle of Johnny Walker Blue.
You're talking about the unknown. Utopias is the butthole of beers. You've never been there. You don't know until you have. So $254 for the equivalent of what I figured by size, it was the equivalent to 2.5 glasses, period, for $254. Nope. Well, not at my keeping that bottle would have been cool though. That would have been like the neat thing to have. I remember at the time all my sister wanted was a Crystal Skull Dan Aykroyd's, the vodkas. So, being a good brother, I bought the stupid vodka and I drank it, and then I gave her the bottle. She actually did distinctly say, I'm not telling you to buy me a bottle of that vodka. I am telling you that if you were to have purchased a bottle of that, don't throw the bottle away. So I actually did that for her. Cobra says club. Oh, sorry. I'll address. Oh, it's right there. Sorry.
Right there.
I would give it an 8. Now, if I was a fan of Russian Imperial Stouts, I probably would have given it a 9 or more because it stays true to what it is. I'm just not a fan of it. It's well done. It smells great. I mean, I've had some pretty good tasting beers that just like, did this glass not get cleaned out? I mean, it's a good thing that we are hyper cleaning the receptacles, but yeah, I think
We're staying in the same general genre here, so
yeah, it's not like we're switching over to a Stroh's. We could, but we're not. My beers by now have probably degraded beyond room temperature.
probably.
Their IPAs, I realized they should be left cold, but life didn't allow for that. And I realized that they're not going to smell as bad as the Limburger cheese did. I go, they're sitting on ice blocks. He goes, yeah, but they're out in your vehicle. The back of my vehicle has been in like direct sunlight now for every single the beautiful weather.
Weather up in the 60s and 70s here for the last couple of days. So
He predicted a bad smell. So I went out there this morning to grab something out of the vehicle, and I go, you were right. About what? You know. Oh no. Now we got to see if you get to the transfer station
before animals
find it. It's outside. There's no way in hell it's coming in the house. I like Limburger cheese. I don't like the smell of well-aged 70-degree Limburger cheese.
Accelerated aged.
I feel terrible too. That was 2 blocks of the German and 2 blocks of the Crystal.
Well, I've got an unopened block of my local, I think it's like made by the Amish here in Ohio. And it's pretty good. I can send 1 block home with you.
I was going to say, even if you don't send a block home, I'd like to try a different one.
Finish off the one that's open. I've got crackers.
I got crackers. Cobra says club. Joey says, hi, Rich.
Hey, Joey.
Then Joey says, Eric, these reviews are like a traveling circus. Let's put another log on that fire, Joey.
Love scotch.
Make it a small goal to visit everybody that leaves a comment in a brew video.
That could take you a while.
Well,
you might need to win that lotto to fund the gas bill.
Well, I know let me look fast. A lot. Wow.
You've got your regulars. Ooh, what did you do?
Yeah. I can't go back to look at today's because I have it on a select list. Off the top of my head, for sure, there's 2 regulars that would make me go the opposite direction that I am right now. That would be Cobra and McLean. And McLean is the equivalent to visiting John. He's about as far as I can go before I have to take a boat. Because right now he's in California.
Great place to visit, but sorry, I'm not going to live there.
It's turned into kind of a living hell for him. So, yeah, he would agree with you.
There's some beautiful country in California and some interesting tech companies, and then there's the whole movie industry and all their wokeness.
It's going to get weird, interesting, though. I don't know if a lot of people know that Trump and a whole bunch of people own a lot of companies, and a bunch of their companies are purchasing, is it Warner Brothers? So they're going to own, like, they'll literally own CNN.
Hmm.
So I think there's a few people that are maybe reflecting on the,
So maybe the Communist News Network will become the Conservative News Network. That'd be all right.
and I still am not tired of winning. People are like, well, he is everything he's done. I don't have a complaint because that is what I signed on for, but he's just not done enough. Well, we haven't even seen 1 year yet. I'm sure he has a plan.
And he is definitely swimming upstream. He's encountering a lot of resistance.
The fact that he can get anything done is a miracle.
It is.
At least this time around, he didn't make the mistake of last time around, and then to go along to get along. No, you're fired, and you're fired, and you're fired. Okay, well, I guess if we're gonna forget a lot about this evening, we have
club beer.
Whiskey Rebellion, stout aged in bourbon barrels.
This is the 2021. This one's 5 years old.
Did you recently purchase this, or have you been sitting on it?
Recently purchased it. I'm not sure how it got that old on my favorite beer company shelf. But maybe Warped Wing has been holding on to some and aging them and releasing them. Well, the price on this one doesn't reflect intentional aging.
Doesn't reflect intentional aging. Okay, so I poured mine pretty heavy. So
It's
alcohol.
got a pretty good head for a 5-year-old stout.
Well, that and what is the alcohol percentage? Because that probably choked this back.
Let me look it up real quick and see what they're saying, because I couldn't find it on the bottle.
I think that says 11.7. How good are your eyes? It's right below the bottle. Need a flashlight?
That might help, but I need a magnifying glass, I think. It says 11.7. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to actually make that so bright for you, but wow.
And it says 11.2 here.
You feel that?
Yeah, it's warm.
Imagine that in your ass.
Now, this one says it's a Russian Imperial as well.
When the light comes on in my pocket, I wasn't talking about.
Maybe that's the generic label that Warped Wing put on these, but this one's a different ABV, I think. Now they both say 11.2. So this may just be a 5-year aged version of the one we just had.
See how annoying I can be in the. Put this on the dash of your car and run up behind somebody. Last comment until I hit the button again. Joey says I'm late to the party.
We'll forgive you, Joey.
Nobody in here yet. Oh, that was what I was gonna ask you. Ask you, Joey, is a piece of something that won't scratch and some Windex.
I got some Limbs wipes that'll be perfect.
Oh, dang.
There's ice. They're the good stuff.
The main reason that I wanted to use this is I wanted to kind of goof around with it because if I use it a few times, then I would be able to tell you how much of a difference.
I think the nose is a little different on this one.
does the solid state drive make?
I think the biggest difference you'll see is when it boots.
Oh, my other Asus. No, but how come my desktop, is it all those drives and everything that it's doing whenever it boots up?
Does it have a solid state primary boot drive?
Its C is a solid state 500 gig, and if you start the two of them side by side, you could literally be hacking into the universe on the laptop, and the desktop is still booting.
It could be a number of things. You may need some serious cleanup. There is a defrag process that might help it, although it's usually not really necessary with SSDs.
I'm usually pretty good on that, though. I know I've done.
And it may just be that it's aging. You've had that one for a while, right?
Dan built that for me. God, during the stint that I had the boat. We've had it, what, for 7 years now?
That's growing some whiskers for an SSD.
It was expensive because there was kind of the birth of.
Cheers.
Cheers, Lars, wherever you are.
But did you detect the difference in the nose too?
Yes, this one.
It's got a stronger something in it.
No, this one smells like a Russian Imperial Stout taste. It has a.
It's almost like a burnt plastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't stink.
Polystyrene or.
It doesn't stink, but it doesn't.
It's not super appealing.
It's not yelling, "Eat me," or "Drink me."
The taste is different too. I got some of what I was smelling at the front, but then it was pretty light and maybe it wasn't kept properly cellar temperature during the 5 years.
I'd like to think this is not how it was intended to taste. Is that like am I just filling in the blanks in my own brain by saying kind of a vinegar?
I'm not getting vinegar quite, but
what is that funkiness?
Was there a bunch of sediment in the bottom? Not really. I don't know.
We gonna die?
I don't think so. If we do, I'll make sure Emma Sue's warped wing. We don't have to finish it.
Did you log it in?
Well, I've started the process. It may be it's showing up as the same one because it's showing. I don't think Untapped saw any difference in the barcodes on these. No, it didn't. They've got the same barcode. Let me see if I can.
While we're doing that, I'm going to dash back at the original comments and see if there's anything that has been stolen from my view. Oh. Holy shit.
I see the whole problem right now. They got the E in whiskey.
Well, watch it. Multi-gunman might come for you. Ooh. Oh, man. I can't.
Well, they do have a different here. It does say it's a Russian Imperial, though.
This one is?
I found the exact match on the name.
Holy
Stout
cow.
Hampton Bourbon Barrels, 2021.
That is ginormous. I've been trying to get.
It is ginormous. There was no hidden comments.
Really?
Everything is accounted for on the on the old.
We must have kept it clean.
Well, they had to have kept it clean. That just leaves the club. I'm gonna have to cleanse the palate. Checking the club. Do, 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 do. Nobody new in the club. I don't know if something has gone wrong with this or
It may just be, like I said, that it aged at a higher than optimal temperature.
I mean it's got carbonation, so it's not like it lost its seal and went back.
But it does have an odd nose
And that
and
nose
an odd taste.
is in the taste. Maybe Warped Wing should watch this and you can get your $13 plus tax back.
I'm going to actually tell them on my post that it has an odd plastic smell. Maybe this bottle wasn't properly cellared.
Again, can you go back and edit your you'll have a by the time you go to bed there'll be a link to this to see that you're not making this up. You have two people that are I don't know what that smell is, but it actually amplifies in its taste.
Mm-hmm. We don't have to finish it. I'm not going to insist.
Are you going to drink yours?
I think I've had enough. I'm ready for some more scotch.
Okay. I was going to say I could be manhandled into finishing it because I'm already ahead of you.
Well,
But
I'm not afraid of finishing it, but there's another beer I get here in Ohio that has a strange plasticky smell to it, and I don't care for it, so I just don't drink that one anymore. But I don't think it ever made me sick.
yeah, but have you had it more than once?
Yes.
Now,
It's kind of a seasonal that is usually around Christmas time.
if you had this fresh and went, wow, man, that's the bomb.
Well, that was the same thing fresh. And it was a totally different beer from what we're getting from this one.
Yes. If I slam this, I'd have to do a close proximity palate cleansing with Lagavulin.
Do what you got to do. If you want to finish it, I'll finish mine too, and then we can see if we both get sick or neither of us get sick.
God
Cheers.
damn it. Got Hempseed and Amanda. See, this is why the male race may not be the best choice in some situations. It doesn't smell right. It doesn't taste right. But if you finish yours, I'll finish mine. Cheers, Rich.
It's not as bad when you drink it fast.
But it's not bad until you stop.
True. I'm going to wash it down with some water.
This is not how you want to see your beer reviewed, by the way.
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm going to post this, and I'm only giving it a 2.5 out of 5.
well, in the brew review,
What would you give it? A 1?
I'd give it a 1. It can't get a 0 because 0 meant I didn't finish it and I dumped it out. We finished it. I give it a 1. Can't recommend at this moment in time, but maybe if that said 2025 on it or 2026.
Actually got a badge for posting that.
Oh my God.
Do we need a Stroh's for a palate cleansing?
Are we done with them?
That's up to you.
I found a video I actually want to watch, and I just realized that I can't.
Then we probably should sign out.
Well, I can't because I would take this upstairs and watch it as my bedtime video. But as soon as I pull the power,
Yeah, it's going to croak because the battery isn't here yet.
and if I could find it again, it is a video from Beards and Bikes. Where are we time wise? If we're approaching some kind of stupid over an hour, yeah, it's just time to say goodbye.
Your battery has shipped. And it says it's going to arrive tomorrow. It doesn't say that the SSD is shipped yet, though.
Okay, well, it's
Cheers, all.
nighty night, and if we don't have a lot, I don't have a lot I have to get taken care of tomorrow, so maybe we'll hang out and do a Stroh's and Bloody Mary mix.
Maybe.
So,
Cheers.
cheers.
Scotch bottles aren't empty yet either.
Whew, jeez. Christine would be calling, wondering why it's Wednesday and she hasn't seen me yet. Okay.
Good night.
Cheers.